everyone, this is Dino from Prehistoric Facts. This is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 197. We're getting 3 episodes away from 200. We're getting close. So this special episode, we'll be talking about a herbivorous dinosaur, a ceratopsian, and that ceratopsian is Pentaceratops. And so here's an artist's illustration of what Pentaceratops possibly look like. The quill-like structures there, that's a little bit debatable of whether or not they did have them, but I do love the color. The color on this Pentaceratops, it looks really, really cool that way. Some information about Pentaceratops. The name means 5-horned face. Length is 20 feet or 6 meters. Height is 8.2 feet or 2.5 meters. Weight is 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. It lived 76 to 73 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period, and fossils are found in New Mexico in the United States, and was described by Henry Fairfield Osborn in 1923. So this dinosaur's been around for a long time, and I believe the holotype is the skull, if I remember correctly. It was the skull. And so we'll show you a map here of the United States and where New Mexico is for a lot of you that are not from the United States. It is this green state right there that you can see I highlighted here in the red circle. So it's this green state right here. No, this is not part of Mexico. Remember that. Even though it is called New Mexico, it is the United States. And New Mexico is part of the Four Corner States, so it includes which includes New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. And so borders Texas, Arizona, Colorado, and even the corner of Utah. And so yeah, so Pentaceratops fossils have been found in New Mexico. And here's a size chart of Pentaceratops compared to a human female. And so it is kind of a large ceratopsian. If you kind of look at it, it is a large ceratopsian. It's not the largest of all ceratopsians, but it is close. It has one of the largest skulls of any types of any dinosaur in the fossil record. So that's a bonus right there. It has one of the biggest skulls in the fossil record in terms of dinosaurs. And here's the skeleton here up in exhibit. I can't remember what museum this is, but the reasons why that Pentaceratops is called 5-horned face is you got nose horn, 2 brow horns, and then you got these little bitty spikes right here that are kind of pointing forward on top of the frill right there. And so, yeah, that's where it gets the name 5-horned face. And so I don't remember how much of the holotype was found, but I do believe it was mostly just the skull. More information about Pentaceratops. It is part of the Ceratopsidae or Ceratopsians, and is part of the Chasmosaurinae family group of ceratopsians. So that includes Chasmosaurus, Styracosaurus, Torosaurus, and Triceratops. You know, all those types of ceratopsians right there. And so characteristics of Pentaceratops has got a large frill with large openings, so mainly a display structure. So this frill is not going to be made for defense that much, because if you got giant holes, 2 giant holes in the frill, that pretty much suggests that this is a display structure, and so it's going to be covered with skin, and it would be a display structure. Not really that great for defense, but mainly the spikes on top of the frill are going to be the main defense for the frill. So it's got spikes on the frill, so it's got spikes on the sides, going from small ones on the bottom, going all the way up to get some really large ones. And then you got large brow horns and a short nose horn, kind of similar to Triceratops. And it is a herbivore. All ceratopsians are herbivores. There is a little bit of a debate of whether or not they can eat meat, but it's up for debate, but mostly a herbivore. And the environment that Pentaceratops lived in. Pentaceratops lived in a warm and humid climate. It would have been wet and dry seasons, and there would be plenty of trees, ferns, cycads, and flowers. There were plenty of flowers at that point in time in the late Cretaceous period, and of course, no grass. There was no grass during the times of the dinosaurs. And just to warn you guys, if you do look up some information about Pentaceratops and you try to click on like its environment, it's going to say grassy plains, which that is incorrect. That is not correct. So there was no grass during the times of the dinosaurs. None. So in North America, there was no grass during around 76 to 73 million years ago. And so there would have been plenty of rivers, lakes, ponds, and of course the Western Interior Seaway further along on the eastern uh, on the east when you get towards Texas. And of course, there are plenty of other animals like insects, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, avian dinosaurs, which we call birds, pterosaurs, and of course, non-avian dinosaurs. So there have been plenty of non-avian dinosaurs, so plenty of ceratopsians, some hadrosaurs, tyrannosaurs, and even some raptors or dromaeosaurs, and even ornithomimids and some oviraptorids. And so the predator that Pentaceratops would be facing is Bistahyverser. Bistahyverser, a tyrannosaur that was around in New Mexico at that point in time. Bistahyverser is fossils have been found in New Mexico and even parts of Colorado and Utah. And so you're going to find Bistahyverser as the top predator in its environment around the time Pentaceratops was around. And the extinction of Pentaceratops was mostly due to climate change. And of course, Western Interior Seaway was retreating, and that was because the beginning of the Rocky Mountains was going to happen. So it's getting pretty close to that point in time. So there's plenty of earthquakes that were starting to happen in the western part of North America. And so that's the slow build-up of the Rocky Mountains. And of course, warmer temperatures were actually happening, so the temperatures are climbing higher at that point in time, 73 million years ago. And of course, the competition of other herbivores. So competition from ceratopsians, competition from hadrosaurs, you name it. There were a lot of herbivores competing for the same food sources, and so that was a big problem for a lot of those herbivores. When you got a lot of those types of herbivores in the same area, there are going to be competition for the same food sources. And so, yeah, competition of herbivores, but mainly climate change is going to be the issue for Pentaceratops going extinct. And so here is a map of North America around 75 million years ago, and you can see the Western Interior Seaway that is actually splitting North America into three parts here. And where New Mexico is, it is right there. And so where I highlighted the area where New Mexico is, so that's where New Mexico is right there, in the southwestern part of Lauramidia. Lauramidia is the uh, continental part of North America that Pentaceratops lived in, and so this is pretty close to the time of extinction. But around 73 million years ago, you would start to see the Western Interior Seaway start to shrink a little bit, and it's going to start down here towards Texas, and it's going to continue to go up, 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 up. The land is going to continue to go further up all the way around 66 million years ago. Parts of the Western Interior Seaway were actually kind of touching parts of Montana and even North Dakota around 66 million years ago. And so, yeah, so this is where Pentaceratops lived, and this is around the time of the peak of Pentaceratops. And so next episode would be on November 10th, 2022, and it'll be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Or go to my Facebook page, Prince of Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you actually post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers for private conversations. So please put your questions in the comment section. And for you YouTubers out there, like the videos and also subscribe to the channel. And according to my analytics, a lot of you guys that are checking out my channel are not subscribed yet. So please feel free to hit that like button and also share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. And also you get hit that notification bell. That way you can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out weekly. And of course, you YouTubers, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot, both for the Facebook users, even the people that just shoot questions on my email, and even on my Facebook page. You guys are giving me some great questions to these Q&A episodes. Keep it up, and your questions do mean a lot in those Q&A episodes. And make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Just a heads up, you guys, I just got a community tab now on my channel. So if you go into the community tab, there's been some posts that I have done. There's a one poll, and even there's a couple of other posts that I have done on the community tab. So please go to the community tab, check out all those posts, and I'll continue to do some posts some time, like a few days of a week, so that way you guys can interact with each other on the community tab. So please feel free to check out the community tab, check out all the posts and the polls that I have presented, so that way you guys can actually have a good conversation, and make sure you keep it civil. Let's not attack each other in the comment section. Please be civil about your comments and respect each other, and so on and so forth. Also, take care of the people around you. Notice if you're younger people out there that makes the list, and your parents and teachers and guardians, it's the best motivation you can have. A good education is very important. Have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.